Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks a lot for checking out today's video. And guys, today we're going to be talking about a conversation I heard with one of the anglers at the BFL Ozark Division tournament at Lake of the Ozarks regarding using forward-facing sonar and 360 live imaging technology to catch shallow water fish, as if that technology hasn't already done enough to degrade our sport. I want to talk about how it's affecting shallow water fishing and how it's going to in this particular video. And I know you guys, some of you guys out there may say, God dang, Randy, another Livescope video, just give it a rest. I mean, guys, if you had situations, if there were things that were happening in the world around us that are endangering our very sustainability as humans, you just don't see one news story on it and then they quit reporting on it. They can't constantly report on it. So that's sort of the same way I feel about the future of our fishing with this live imaging technology we're going to get into. Real quick, guys, before we get started, I just want to remind you, if you're interested in some really good information as far as to help your fall fishing out, non-Livescope fishing, please check out our Lake Mac breakdowns that I've been building for fishthemoment.com. These breakdowns are going to give you 40 good GPS waypoints to begin your search for your fall areas in. Tips and advice to fish all those areas, and also if any of our lakes are not on the website, you can book a one-on-one lesson with me and we can go over any lake in the country. So much appreciated. I'll put the link in the description for that. Okay guys, I'll tell you a little bit about this story. What I heard, I actually overheard this on the dock yesterday when I was weighing in up there. We had to wait for our bag lines for a while. And anyway, this one guy was talking about how he was using his, and I'm not real familiar with the different modes. I think there's like a landscape mode on one of the units on the 360s, different type of perspectives that allow anglers to basically use forward-facing Livescope 360 live imaging in shallow water areas. And he was talking about how he was live scoping or live imaging or whatever on these shallow water laydowns and seeing the fish on these laydowns and catching the fish off the laydowns. And then another one of the guys was chirping in. He said that one other tournament he fished this year, and I can't even remember what lake he said, he was doing the same thing on cypress trees, using forward-facing sonar, using live imaging technology to locate bass on specific pieces of shallow water target. And guys, when I heard them talking about, and they were talking about it like it was just, another day on the water, no big deal. It was like just, it was like there was a normalcy to it. And my heart just sort of sunk a little bit when I heard them talking about that conversation and about what our sport is morphing into on all different levels now. Not only the offshore traditional uses of forward-facing sonar, which were and still are, used a lot for offshore, open water fishing. But now we're starting to see an influx of that technology into the shallow water areas too, the shallow water genres, which is sort of the bread and butter of most bass fishing out there. And the point of which, and another thing, I forgot to tell you one other thing they were talking about. I was sort of eavesdropping on the conversation. They were talking about how they heard that one of the electronic companies were getting real close to introducing this piece of technology that identified the fish that you see on your live imaging as a bass or not. So I'm just getting so freaking sick of this. When is it going to stop? It's like, at what point, guys, do we say, just stop it? Just freaking stop it right now. If they're going to put out this technology that enables us not only to see fish moving around in front of us, but also allows us to tell us exactly what type of fish it is, the next thing that's going to come along is they're going to be able to read the mood and personalities and level of aggressiveness of each fish on there to decide if you should even throw at it or not. It is just an insult, and it's such a tremendous disrespect to the fish and tremendous disrespect to the sport and the tradition of bass fishing that we're going down this road here. And it looks like to me I'm going to have to start talking about this shallow water live scoping now, because apparently it's going to be a deal. They've already destroyed the offshore fishing with it. Now they're going to move into the shallow water fishing and do the same thing. So I guess I'm going to have to start doing videos about it. And again, all you dudes that get tired of this and you say I'm doing it for clicks, every time I do a Livescope video, guys, I lose subscribers. I guarantee I'm going to lose subscribers on this video too, because there's a lot of guys out there that just get their feelings hurt when I, share the truth about this live imaging technology with the public. So I'm not doing it. It's actually hurting me financially, but it's all about the principle. It's about doing the right thing. It's about fighting the good fight. And when you start having technology that can identify the fish for you and tell you things about the fish that you don't need to know, and tell you if there's a fish laying on a stump, whether you should cast to it or not, that's just a bridge too far. Do you really want this? Let's say you're fishing down a row of stumps, and do you want technology to be able to scan that row of stumps in front of your boat and say, there's a fish on that stump, there's a fish on that stump, there's not a fish on that stump, there's a fish on that stump, but he's not really in the right mood to be caught, so cast over to this stump and you'll catch this fish? Is that what we want, man? Is that what you dudes want that are pro forward-facing sonar users? Because that's where it's headed right there. But anyway, guys, just wanted to share that little tidbit for you on there. Like I said, I'm so sick of it. I know a lot of you guys are too, about having to deal with this all the time. But anyway, we'll just keep digging our heels in and fighting the good fight. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.